Alright, so here is the Fujitsu Lifebook T2010. We're going to do the LCD removal of this unit. Fujitsu does not have screws holding their LCDs to your top cover or lid. They actually just sit in there. This one has two rubber gaskets on the sides. I'll show you one. That's let's see. That's what they look like. So then you just gently lift it up. I've already opened this unit prior to this for some repairs. So there's going to be, let me slide this so you can see it in here. There will be tape over your video connection and your touchscreen connection, over the Digitizer connection, which the Digitizer is your silver part here. Okay. So you just remove the tape, and then what I like to do is I like to just grab, I use a roll of paper towels to hold my LCD from getting scratched on the table or your work area. So then just I use my fingernails. You can use two pry tools if you'd like, and then just gently slide it out. Yours may be a little bit harder than mine, just due to the purpose that this has already been disassembled once before. Same thing with the video connection. Just grab a hold of it with your two fingernails on each side, equal pressure coming down, and then there you have it. To remove your Digitizer, in case that's what you're doing, that's why you're removing your LCD, you have two screws at the top of the LCD, and they are located under the rubber gaskets. There'll be two on this particular LCD. They're a greenish yellow tint, and the way you can find them is on the back. You have this board that runs across the unit, which if you see here, there's a ribbon cable that runs from your LCD up to this to the board, and then all you have to do is follow. There's two copper lines, two copper lines right here, one here and on the other side, and those will have the screws. So once you unscrew those, you gently slide the board upwards. Here, I'll actually just do it so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let me move this stuff out of the way. Okay. This is, I'm going to use a number, I think this is the number 0 screwdriver. Let me see. See if the screw. Yep. That'll work. I'm just going to use a smaller one. Easier to handle. So then I just remove that one, flip it over so you can get the other one. Okay. Set that aside. Lay it down on something that's soft, not going to scratch it or anything. The next thing you have to do before you start lifting this up is going to be removing this ribbon cable here. Okay, and to remove that ribbon cable, I use my plastic pry tool. There's a little black lock. Let me take you off the stand here. Maybe you can see. This is what I'm going to be removing right there. So this one, you actually just grab your pry tool straight up with it, and then you are able to just with your finger slide that out. Here's the screw, one screw there, and then on the other side, that's where the other screw came out of. Okay, so then now, let me zoom back out a little bit and get it to focus. So what I do is you have to push it up. See that? How it moves up? Okay? So you move it up and out. See, if you try to just, there you go. Let's see. Oh, the yellow tape here. There was black tape originally. See, there's residue left over there. So all you have to do to remove your digitizer is just literally just cut that. The black tape that they come with, you can cut with the flat end of your pry tool. This one you won't be able to. This is it's newer tape, so it's not as brittle as the one that they have on there. I'm actually not going to cut it. So this one I'm actually going to just take the time to remove it with my fingers here, because I don't want to. You have to be careful when you're cutting it, okay? You don't want to cut any, especially over here. You don't want to cut that at all. Over here, let me see if I can get this ribbon cable to stay. I'll have to use my pry tool to pull some weight on it. Okay, so then you just remove the tape, and that's all that's really holding it in there. It's just tape. See if you can. When you reapply your tape, you see how mine is just. Let me focus that. It's just on the white. It doesn't. You don't want to wrap it onto your LCD. Okay, so there you go. So there's that. Now that we've removed, say that you remove the original black tape, okay? There's these. Let me see if I can get it to focus. There's two tabs. There's going to be one here and one on this side. And that is all that your digitizer actually locks into. So you just gently lift it away, and then you've removed your digitizer. To reinstall your new digitizer, or your digitizer on your new LCD panel, because most of them do not come with the digitizer, just make sure that your digitizer locks into those little corners. Okay, once you have it there, you can go ahead and you can reinstall this green board here. And to do so, you just let's see here. Yep, you have to bring it. Let me see if you can see that. I push it up and then downwards, and then do this side here, and then you slide it down a little bit to line up the screws. Okay, at the end I'll put the screws in. This ribbon cable here is the next thing that you're going to want to insert, and then this one you actually just grab onto it. Make sure that it goes over onto the green board. Make sure that flap is open. Okay, as you're pushing up, you can use your index like this and then just lock it in, and that puts it on, and that locks it into place. I'm going to set you back up. Let me pause it, and all we're going to do is just apply another 2 strips of tape here, one on this side, and over here again, just to hold it nice and tight in place. And when you do so, just make sure that it's aligned evenly on the corners, and everything will function properly. Let me pause it, and I'll show you how I do the tape. All right, let me get it to focus first. Let's see if it'll actually. There you go. So I use Kapton tape, and you can find this on eBay. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon. It's just a heat-resistant tape. You can use Scotch tape. That's what they use for the video connections and that kind of stuff. So all I do is I just line it up at the very edge of the bottom of the digitizer. I push it upwards, push the digitizer nice and flat up against here. Then I put the tape on there.
The Vortex ride at the North Carolina State Fair.
All right. Here we go. And just grab another little piece. Do it on this side.
First responders arrive within minutes.
They probably fell at least 20 feet.
2 critically hurt. In all,
Okay.
5 were taken to the hospital. hospital. 2 people have gone home. They were riding the vortex. This is it in operation.
You don't have to put tape on this side. I do. I'm actually going to tape over the ribbon cable so that it doesn't jostle around or fall off for some weird reason, even though it rarely does.
What happened last night? Can you tell specifically?
That's a terrible question. How does one get? I don't know. When you fall 20 feet.
Yeah, when you get
Okay.
smashed with spinning metal.
I didn't realize this thing took people that high up.
There you go. Now all we have to do is put our 2 screws back on.
Sheriff Hilljack weighed in, of course.
The association that represents carnival operators tells us that Americans take more than 1 billion rides a year, and each year 13,000 are injured.
How many STDs?
There we go.
That is a higher rate than
Now we just have one more to go.
which have many more riders and fewer
I pushed down on the copper
switch problem that was fixed on that vortex ride on Monday.
copper piece just to line up, ensure that the screw hole is perfectly lined up. Well, there you have it. That is the removal of your LCD from the unit and your digitizer on the back of the LCD.
The audio of that story doesn't match the head.
And then just put your
That audio about how they think it might be a
rubber
sketch
covers
operator's been charged with
the
assault
gaskets
with a
back
deadly
on.
weapon.
Yeah.
There are beliefs
Okay.
now that he was angry at someone on the ride or just angry in general.
And then
He
here we
waited
go.
for people to get off and then he punched it in gear on purpose is the insinuation.
Yeah,
That's-
that is what's being thought. Yeah.
And now you're ready to reinstall your LCD. Thanks for watching.
Had been tampered with and critical.